I've toured a few schools in my area. However, Quality Training Center actually gave me a different mindset, different view of it. I honestly didn't know what to expect. I'm always a risk taker. I always like just new things coming in my way. The tourists, it seemed like they were just there to work. However, with this school, Quality, it was different. They kind of supported me, kind of pushed me like, hey, like, you wanted to do this. I was always interested in an electrician. I just never really did the big step to start school in it.
Yeah. You just gotta break it off and make it happen sometimes.
You can't stay comfortable the rest of your life. There's no growth within that.
Welcome to Trades Ready, a podcast dedicated to helping you get ready for the trades with Quality Training Center, your trade school in Las Vegas, Nevada.
All right, so welcome everybody in for breaking ground on our new podcast for Quality Training Center. We've got Noelia Ramos here. She is a current student of ours in the electrical program. She is 5 weeks in, so I'd really like to dive into your current experience, starting from when you were trying to pick a school into deciding that school, and then also what program that you were really on the fence about, or if you were just full send on electrical. So to get started, where did you start before you started looking for a school? What were you doing?
I was doing I'm an equipment operator on the weekends.
Okay.
So that's what I was doing. However, the income isn't as, great.
Okay.
Working a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
So I just Googled trade schools. I've always thought about going to trade school. And I kept going through all these different schools in my area. I've toured a few schools in my area. However, Quality Training Center actually gave me a different mindset, different view of it.
Nice.
You guys had like multiple labs, different things to work on.
Right.
And that's what intrigued me to sign up. And that's how I basically just started.
So when you say equipment operator, what kind of equipment are you working with here?
Forklift.
Only a forklift driver?
Yeah, at a warehouse.
Okay, what warehouse?
It's a Sapporo warehouse.
Sapporo?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. Still trades getting it done out there, delivering orders, filling orders, getting them shipped out, stuff like that. Okay, cool. Is there any other kind of equipment that you thought would be cool to operate, or is just forklift just happened to be part of the job?
It just happened to be part of the job, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got a good job at a warehouse.
Yeah.
So you like the warehouse kind of appeal, right?
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not bad.
Okay, so you were kind of already looking at the trades, like that's a pretty cool environment, pretty chill, fun place to work.
Yeah.
So you're good with your hands? Is that your style of learning, or are you more?
I'm more of like hands-on. Like I prefer in person. I don't like that virtual stuff. So
yeah, I'm the same way, man. If I could read something for 30 minutes or an hour straight, and by the end of it, I don't retain that much. But if you give me a chance to put my hands on it, oh boy, I'm gonna grasp it and take it much more. So especially if that's your learning style, then the trades kind of made for you, right?
Yeah.
It's a good spot. So you said you toured several different schools. About how many do you think you looked at?
I looked at around 4.
4 of them?
Schools.
So probably like the 4 main trades-oriented kind of things?
Yeah, like the known ones.
Yeah.
But however, those schools, they didn't appeal to me due to, I guess, the lack of support from the people.
Okay.
The tourists, it seemed like they were just there to work. However, with this school, Quality, it was different. They kind of supported me, kind of pushed me like, hey, like, you wanted to do this. I think you should do this. So that's the reason why I chose this school.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Nice. Oh, support group can change so much, whether it's family or work support group, friends, all kinds of stuff. That's fantastic. So, what kind of feel? You say they came in and they were very encouraging. They said, like, we really think you're a good fit, kind of help you bridge that gap. Was there like a feeling you got when you came in? Was it just like you saw the labs and you're like, these labs are cool, or?
It was both, a little bit both.
Okay.
I was always interested in an electrician. I just never really did the big step to start a school in it. However, the staff there, they actually gave me options like, hey, there's also this, there's also that.
Yeah.
If I know you're focused on an electrician, but we have HVAC, we have all these other trades to go into, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's cool, but I was still stuck on electrician.
That stuff's cool, but this stuff looks awesome, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. So, You came in, you did a tour, you got a different feel, and you're just like, man, this just feels right, so you full sent it.
Yeah.
What were you kind of expecting as you were showing up into class after seeing these labs and seeing what you're getting into? Is there like a specific thing you're like, this is going to happen for sure? Or were you just like, I don't know what to expect?
I honestly didn't know what to expect. So I'm always a risk taker. I always like just new things coming in my way. So I was actually happy I actually chose it. So
Nice.
something new, something different, and I'm always willing to try different things. So.
Yeah, some risks are necessary for growth.
Yeah.
You just got to break it off and make it
Yeah.
happen sometimes.
You
Cool.
can't stay comfortable your rest
Right.
of your life. There's no growth within that.
So as you started your first week, getting into it, getting some of the lecture, diving into like the technical information there, was any of that, I don't know what to expect, kind of like, oh, well, I kind of thought this was going to happen. I didn't know how they were going to do it, but is there anything that came up that you knew was going to come up, or did you just go in blind?
I kind of knew there was going to be a math, involved.
Right.
However, the math is way different than I'm used to. You have to, with the book, NEC book, you got to go back and forth with the book and all these math equations. It was something new, but I think it's great, to have a book with you.
So diving into the National Electric Code Handbook and doing these equations, are you good with math? Are you a numbers person?
Oh, yeah, I am.
Yeah? So how did you feel coming into math? How long have you been out of high school?
It's actually been 4 years.
4 years?
Wow, yeah.
So 4 years of no math,
Yeah.
and now you dive into something a little technical with electrical, right?
Yeah.
How did you feel about the math?
I love math, actually.
Okay.
But with the book, it was something new to me. For me, math, I just know it, right? But with electrical, you have to involve the book, right? Because there's codes to it and everything.
Yeah.
So that was something new to me. However, I liked it. The more I worked on the book, the more the teacher taught me how to use the book. It kind of made me more realize of what it is and a better understanding in how to use the book. So
Nice. So math was no problem for
Yeah,
you. You're
that
just
was it.
like, give me more.
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. So that's usually one that kind of stumps people, you know, especially it's an adult trade school. So some people come in, they've been out of school for 10, 15, 20 years, and you're just like, you want me to do what? Right? So if that wasn't anything to get in your way, is there any particular subject matter that was a little bit difficult starting out to grasp, or that kind of put a blockade in your way that you're like, I've got to figure this out to get around it?
Maybe, I guess, get more muscle. Because when we used to bend pipe in the labs, it was a little bit difficult. I would have to use my whole weight, my whole body weight.
Okay.
But I've been going to the gym, so there's no problem with that.
Oh, we're going to fix that.
Yeah, we're going to fix that.
You're on it. That's awesome.
That's the only
Okay.
thing.
So learning-wise, not really anything that you don't feel like you could have understood. It just, you grasped it pretty quickly then.
Yeah.
Cool. So all it is building up some muscles, hand strength, arm strength, getting that consistent pressure
honestly.
so we don't get kinks in the pipe,
Yeah.
right? That's cool. So far in your first 5 weeks, do you have like a specific section that you've done so far that was the coolest thing that I've done yet? Is it something maybe new exposure or something you knew about you just haven't had a chance to do?
I would say bending the pipe.
Yeah?
Because it was challenging. I'm always up for a challenge. And teacher Ricky, he actually taught me how and different ways to bend it because, I'm not as strong as the guys in my class.
Yeah, we got to come up with another
so
approach, right?
I found out other ways to bend a pipe.
Cool.
And, so I think that was very cool. Like, it was pretty cool to bend a pipe.
Yeah, we definitely teach certain techniques that we definitely believe in, but there's always more than one way to get stuff done, right?
Yeah.
So there's always new approaches. As long as we meet certain requirements, then I can bend it just a little bit and then still meet that code to make sure that everybody's safe and happy, right? Cool. So let's see. You got into wire pulling then after conduit bending? Have you guys got a chance to dive into that lab yet?
Wire pulling, I don't think so.
Not yet?
Yeah.
Because we have bend that pipe, put the road down, and then we're going to shove the cars inside of it, right?
Actually, we actually just finished that, actually, wire pulling. right?
Okay, yeah, the two teams working
Yeah, yeah.
together.
Yeah,
One goes in and then it has to come back, and then the other
Yeah.
one goes in, right?
And you gotta communicate,
Yeah,
1, 2, 3,
communication,
pull.
right?
Yeah.
One of the biggest things that
Yeah.
trades need, one of the highest and most underrated skills is communication. We're going out there, we're talking to business owners on the commercial end, we're
Yeah.
talking to homeowners on the residential side, and even though they don't know as much as we do, we're still having to communicate the good things, make sure they understand in as best they can with what they're doing, right? And that's where we come in as professionals, and they're expecting us to be subject matter experts, right?
Yeah.
So is there a part of the program that you're looking forward to diving into? Any other labs you've seen that you're like, I want to do that, I cannot wait for that?
The fans.
The
I guess
fans in
fix the
residential?
fans, yes.
Nice, yeah?
Yeah.
Have you been out in that lab yet to start?
Not yet.
No, I think
But
it's if
I
you're
think
week
it's right.
5, it's either next week or the week
Yeah.
after. I think
So
you
I'm
guys.
excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Get them wired, 2 switches. No one uses pull
Yeah.
chains anymore, right? Everybody's got a switch for light,
Yeah.
switch for fan. Get your own breaker, run your own circuit, share power. It's gonna be fun, right? Especially with ceiling fans. If you put it up in the wrong order, you find out that last piece won't go on, and then you
Yeah.
got to take it back down and
Yeah.
reconfigure a little bit. I always look at the manuals because every manufacturer is
Yeah.
just a little different. Like if you don't put the bell on first, then the fan blades won't fit, or vice versa. So, so as we go further, do you have any goals for the career itself? Like, is there a specific job you're like, that's the one I want, or are you just kind of open to see what the field has for you?
I'm actually just open. I don't want to just stick to, I guess, I like to be open-minded. Whatever comes to me or whatever I choose, it's what's meant to be. Like I said, I'm a risk taker. I'm looking for a stable career, a long-term career, and this is why I chose this.
Yeah, career, not a job, right?
Yeah, so we'll see wherever God takes me,
Yeah, absolutely.
see.
I don't know the path, but boy, am I moving, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's awesome. Would you say there was anything leading up to this moment that you said the staff kind of helped you bridge that gap? Like, okay, no, I can do this. They're supportive. I really like it. What was the hesitation? Was it just diving into something new, or was there something else that was preventing you from making this move?
Maybe like the other things going on with my life. So I don't know if I could focus on something I wanted to do with the other stuff going on within my life.
Is that like hobbies, or you got like a big family program going on?
Yeah. So I was like,
okay.
could I do this or could I not? That was the only hesitation.
Okay.
But I was like, I gotta do it. Like if I wait, there's never right timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, I have to go. I have to do it.
The path to success is constantly under construction, so
Yeah.
we got to stay uncomfortable, can't get complacent, got to keep moving. I love that you brought up that you've got like this family dynamic that was kind of a hindrance, but is that also a good support group for you?
Oh,
Are
yeah. Yeah.
What did they think about when you're like, hey guys, I'm full sending it electrical all the way, let's go?
Oh, my mom, she was actually very supportive. She was like, you know what, do what you gotta do.
fantastic.
So yeah, she was proud of me. So yeah.
Was there anything that your parents were like, well, I wanted you to do this? Some parents have different expectations. Was there anything like that out there?
My dad, we don't really have the best relationship. He
Okay.
was always like, go to college. Went to college. I did this. I did that. Like, you gotta go to college. But I feel like the more your parents pressure you to do something, you kind of want to do it less.
Yeah, that
So,
rebel streak. Like, I
yeah.
hear you, but I'd rather not.
So I was like, you know what, I'm not going to go that route.
Okay.
And so he went to college. However, he didn't go to the route he wanted to go. So I was like, this is why I don't want to go to college.
Did he end up using whatever degree he got, or did he go another direction?
He went another direction, actually.
I see that.
Yeah.
A lot of my friends, I went to college a little
Yeah.
bit, wasn't my thing. I'm a hands-on guy, reading books and listening to lectures.
Yeah.
Definitely not my thing. That's why I
Yeah.
love our school so much. But was there... Or what I'm getting at is there's so many people I've talked to, including I've got my sister who's got like 2 degrees, and I got a best friend of mine that got a degree, and most of the people that I have talked to that got college degrees, the degree helped in a different way,
Yeah.
but they don't actually do what they went
Yeah.
to college for, and
Yeah.
it sounds like your dad went down that same path.
Yeah.
Was he afraid that you weren't going to use this the way he didn't really use the same style? I mean, it might have helped him, of course. I don't want to discredit that. But at the same time, comparatively, they're not totally the same. So
Yeah.
what was his input for that?
I'm not sure. It's just I don't really talk to him,
Oh,
so
okay.
he doesn't really know I'm doing this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But like, yeah, I never really got his support. He was always about going to college and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only
I know you said that you guys don't really talk
Yeah.
much. I just wasn't sure what kind of maybe it sparked him like, oh, cool. This is my. Does he do trades or anything?
No, he does not
No.
do trades.
What's your mom do?
My mom, she just works she's like a manager at a facility, so like a warehouse.
Okay. So it could be a good mentor as you start moving up into
Yeah.
some leadership, being a supervisor or
Yeah.
maybe a foreman one day.
Yeah.
Any dreams of starting your own business?
Oh, of course.
Yeah. You want to be your own boss? Give me
Of
my
course.
piece of the pie.
Of course. Who doesn't want to start their own business,
Yeah,
right? Work
yeah.
for themselves. So, yeah.
Do you know where you might want to drive a business like that? Do you think you want to get out there and get some experience
yeah.
first? Or are you like high rises? I want to do big commercial projects, big boy voltage, or is like residential's fine with me. I can stick with 240.
Like I said, I'm open. I'll see
Cool.
how I feel, you
Yeah.
know. But I do want to have my own business. So,
Oh, nice. Got any business names in mind?
probably my name.
Yeah,
Just-
that's a good start, right? It's gonna be unique, right, Noelia?
Yeah.
That's a very unique name. So if you
But I
could
feel like
pick
it's
that
also
in.
basic, so we'll see.
Is it? I haven't heard it very often, so to me it's unique.
I feel like adding your name is basic.
Oh, I see.
Business,
Just
yeah.
Noelia is electrical, right? Maybe something twisted a little bit, get catchy, throw in some
Yeah.
marketing, make people think twice when they
Yeah,
see it, kind
exactly
of thing.
right.
Nice. Have you got your eye on any potential companies you might want to go look for, or are you just going to start putting out resumes as much as possible to see what sticks?
Yeah, that.
That.
The second option.
Get out there and getting face to face with people, right?
Yeah.
We've got recruitment, different options, whether it's hiring events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Have you been to anything like that yet?
No, actually no.
Not yet?
Yeah, not yet.
Not yet? Got to get your feelers out for that, right?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Let's see. Did you have any big fears for changing gears into something else other than like the hesitation of not knowing when to start or anything like that? Was there anything that was electrical scary? I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, I don't want to get shocked," but it's really just kind of part of the gig, right?
I don't have fears, to be honest. I like
Yeah.
to take risks, so I go on in. So,
So you
no.
just live in that, huh? A little bit of an adrenaline junkie?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's cool.
Yeah.
Especially with trades. I mean, what about heights?
No. That's good heights.
No heights?
No.
You ready to get up 160 feet in the air and bust it out?
Yep. If I make a lot of
Really?
money, of course I am.
Yeah. Have you ever done anything with heights before?
Yeah, I'm a forklift, so I go up in the air, but not as high as.
Oh, so it's the style of forklift where you go up with the lift?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've
Okay.
seen those at Lowe's and stuff, getting
Yeah.
those high picks off of
Yeah.
shelves. That's really cool. Let me see here. So you said you Googled the school,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Did you read any reviews, or were you not interested in reviews?
Yeah.
You were just looking for options that were close to
Yeah.
home?
I also read the reviews. That's also a big impact, I guess, because if there's people saying they don't like the school,
Yeah, right?
why would I?
Yeah,
know,
yeah. That could be
so-
a big indicator.
Yeah.
You know, if enough people are saying, I don't want it, then
Yeah.
it's not just people being any kind of way anymore. There's got to be a theme behind
Yeah.
there, right?
So, yeah, I was checking the reviews. You guys had great reviews compared to the other schools, like I said.
Well, that's
So,
good to hear.
Yeah.
Good to hear. Awesome. Was location any part of that, or were you just focused on, I just need the right school?
No, there's no problem with how far the school is, but the school is probably like 20 minutes away from me, so it's not that
Okay.
bad. So
I know I've talked to a lot of locals, and they're just like, man, anything over 15 minutes, I'm not doing it. Like, they've got a side of town, and that's just where their home is. And me, I'm just like...
they're just being
wherever-
picky at that point.
I know. I was like,
if
let's
you,
get out there.
You
What are
want
you
to
talking
do
about?
this or not?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So much land out there, and you're just
Yeah.
going to bottleneck. This is such a huge city. There's so much opportunity. It's a central hub of the world in Las
Yeah.
Vegas. There's a little bit of everything here, whether it's
Yeah.
for business or, the pleasure side, casinos
Yeah.
and all that fun stuff as well. You talked a little bit about your instructor, Ricky.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that he's been able to do, or any advice? Is there something that you've taken from him out of this 5 weeks so far?
Yes, he's pushing on so we can get our Journeyman's license.
Right,
And so I'm excited for that too. I know
Yeah.
it's a test, a bunch of questions and all this, but I'm willing to put in the work to
It's so
get
unique for Clark County to allow people to get that certification without any experience, which is crazy.
Yep.
And it's important to note that it won't replace experience. Blue collar lives under experience over everything, but it could just jumpstart a career, right? It's going to look great on your resume if you can tackle down that journeyman before you go out there, and then humble attitude like, hey, I've got a lot of information, help me see the application. Show me the job site. What do I really do with this, right? Because we'll get a lot of experience through our program, but the job site, man, we can simulate so much. But the excitement of getting out there and learning, do you have any thoughts about getting out there and starting to become an apprentice?
I've thought about it, becoming an apprentice, but also it's like, oh, it's another 4 years. And so I'm not sure. I'm still like...
Well, there's apprenticeships. And that's kind of like what the union does, where it's like a 4-year program. They lots of times they got like planned raises and stuff like that. But then as a greenhorn new electrician, you're technically an apprentice under the journeyman or whoever you're working for, right? It's on-the-job training, and that's exactly what apprentices do. Become that go-for. Hey, you, go get that thing. And then you bring that thing back, and they're like, hey, you're pretty all right all of a sudden, right? I drop terminology, you're speaking the language, you got me this stuff. So we become a good hand before we get to be the person dictating, right?
Right. That's true.
That's awesome. Is there anything that you wish you knew before you took this step? Is there any approach you do differently, whether it's just get into it early or pick another class time? Is there anything that you think that maybe you would have changed, or you'd advise someone else like, hey, this is what I did, but you should really do this instead?
I think just start earlier.
Earlier?
I think I should have started way earlier.
Don't drag your feet, huh?
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
get to work.
Yeah, that was the only thing.
Right, yeah. Big step, right? Blue collar trades, they're all about doers. Doers get it done. You know, we got some study, book work, NEC stuff we get ready, but blood, sweat, and tears is what we do in the job field to make sure it happens.
Yeah.
So that's exciting. Let's see. Is there a certain day-to-day you're looking for? Because especially with Vegas, you get into the summer and all of a sudden there's construction crews that are popping up at midnight and work until 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. You like a night owl for that kind of thing, or do you want to be out there in the heat doing daily stuff?
Honestly, like I said, I'm open. I don't mind doing any, but I feel like Vegas, I'd say night is better because of the heat.
For sure.
Because it gets
Save
really
yourself, right?
hot here.
Oh my gosh, yeah. We hit 120. Last summer we got really lucky. Only hit like 112, 115.
Yeah,
but
we did get lucky.
We just don't know what's going to be
Yeah,
coming
we
out
never
here in the
know
desert,
here.
right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have anything you do now? Like, are you treating this like a job, or are you treating it more like school? What's your approach for coming to class?
I'm treating it a bit of both.
Okay.
You know, showing up on time, making sure I'm here at least 10 minutes early, 5 minutes early, treating it like a school, and then during the hands-on, treating it like a job. You know?
Okay. Nice. Have you had any surprises pop up so far?
Yeah, I got shocked.
Yeah, got a little taste of voltage, huh? It's kind of part of the whole thing.
It was actually yesterday. I got shocked. I was like, oh my god, I touched the freaking. We were fixing or checking the panel.
Yeah.
The panel box.
Oh, so in the breaker panel.
Yeah.
Oh
so
man.
I accidentally touched the right leg.
Okay. So a single phase panel.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I touched that.
Juice,
I was literally switching the breaker on and off. And then I wasn't even looking, and I just felt like, and I just
tickle.
Yeah, I felt my hand tingle. But that was a surprise.
Is that your first time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
First time.
A little bit of cup of coffee for you?
Yeah.
You ready to get some more of that?
Yeah.
I mean, we work as safe as we can and do the best we can, but by the nature of the job, every once in a while we get a little bite,
exactly.
right? It's only 120 though, so that's not so crazy. It kind of feels like one of those shock pins in school, right? When someone
like
pull the gum.
The gum.
Yeah, a little teaser, like, oh man, I don't know how I feel about that, right? I've had times when I rub up against something and I'm like, did I just rub that funny or was that live? And I'm like, I'm not sure, but we're going to double check before we keep putting our hands in things, right? That's awesome. So if you were going to give some kind of advice to somebody that's watching and seeing you do it, you know, whether it's females in the industry because it's so male dominant.
Yeah.
I know I've talked to some previous students and they're just like, I don't know what to do going into this world that's, you know, I don't want to make it any kind of weird way or anything, but it's just been so male dominant for so long, and now we're pushing diversity to bring different styles of people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different gender, all this kind of thing to drive the community. So if you were talking to yourself before you got started, what piece of advice do you think you'd tell yourself? I know you're like, yeah, just go start it. Quit dragging your feet. But is there anything else that you think you'd throw at yourself? Like, hey, this is what you need to know. Don't worry about it. Do you have an idea of something you would give?
I guess don't be scared.
Okay.
I know starting something new, especially school 4 years later,
Right.
people feel like they're behind. There's never a right timing for anyone. Everyone's different. Their lives are different. I guess talking specifically to the women out there to not be scared. I know it's a male dominant thing, but to just go for it. Do not be scared. Do not wait. Just do it, you know?
Yeah,
like,
don't let that be a barrier. That's a lot of that's kind of like a mental game, right?
And
like,
even if you don't have the support from your family, do what you need to do. Do not
yeah.
listen, like if they tell you do this, do that. No, it's your life. So choose what you want to do. If you want to do it, be passionate about it and do it, you know?
Get out there, break the mold, huh?
Yeah.
Do something different. Don't be afraid to do something different, right? That's what success looks like. If you're not wanting to change anything, well, you're kind of complacent.
Yeah.
Whereas growth and complacency,
Yeah.
I have no idea where it comes from. You got to open a new door. You got to change something, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. So don't be afraid. Take the step. Make it happen, and at the same time, even if this isn't the total path, this could fuel something else, right?
Yeah.
You could go out. A lot of the graduates, $55,000 and up, starting for a good tradesperson, right?
Yeah.
So you could fuel any hobby, right?
Yeah.
Whether it's a lot of people want to be content creators.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could give you content and fuel
Start
that
your
kinda,
own business,
Yeah.
you
Or
know?
now you could go to college after and pay for the college instead of
Yeah.
having to take the debt on, and then who knows where that's going to go, right?
Yeah, you could always come back to it. Whether, you know, you already have your training in school. Let's say you do get your license in Journeyman and you decide to go a different route. You could always come back to it because you have that experience, you know.
Yeah, and then maybe save yourself some money by not
Yeah,
paying someone.
exactly.
Electricians aren't cheap. That's part of it,
they're
right?
not, yeah.
They're talking about 600,000 electricians coming by like 2030 with all these AI data centers popping up, Google, and there's like 3 here in town, right? Switch is one of them. Have you looked at Switch at all, that company?
Oh, no, I have not, actually.
Oh, you ever drove down 215 close to Jones?
Yeah.
The big building off on the side with those
Oh,
massive red
yeah.
hoods, those are cooling towers. That's their
wow.
HVAC systems.
Oh, wow.
So it's really hard to miss a big red fire truck looking thing sticking up on the side of the highway, right? So do you think AI data centers might be
that's
really
a great
interesting,
opportunity.
right?
Yeah, that's a great
there's so much
opportunity.
power requirements. It's such an in-demand thing. Like, we're going to help build AI, but do you think AI is going to replace you?
No, they're not.
Oh, not for a while, right? I don't know how they're going to do it. They're going to be climbing in these subspaces and getting up on the roof and stuff.
No.
So, like, recession-proof, right?
Yeah.
I remember even back in COVID, everybody went home to work. But what did tradespeople do? They went to work, too. But while everybody else was working in their homes, we were working in their homes too, right? Everybody's they got like crazy money at the time. Everybody was getting those stimulus checks and everybody was kind of balling out for a while. Even though the economy it went down for sure, but there were so many people, more money than what they expected to get. And now they're diving into driving a whole new industry that a lot of people are, what do you think about AI? Do you think it's...
I think it's crazy how it's expanding and how it's
real,
improving. Right? But yeah, you're right about AI not taking our electrician jobs. Like there's no way. Like if it gets shocked, it's gonna get destroyed. You know. So it's there's no way for it.
Hey, Mr. AI, I gotta turn you on before you can operate, right? If you don't have power, you're not AI.
Yeah, exactly. So it's a great opportunity for us.
Yeah. Do you use AI in any way?
AI, maybe ChatGPT.
Right, that's a big comment. Super free. They don't limit tokens and stuff like that, so it's really quick to get conversational and everything, right?
But that's pretty much it. I don't really use it.
Yeah, you check your sources.
Yeah.
Good. AI sometimes has its opinion, which is
Yeah.
kind of mind-blowing to me. So I'm just like, what do you mean you have an opinion? But it kind of makes sense because it's got its own
It does.
compilation of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
What about resume? Have you got that set up yet?
My resume, yeah, I think I could improve it though.
Yeah.
Way more, yeah.
You gonna bring it in?
Huh?
You gonna bring it into the school?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We don't build resumes,
Yeah.
but we can definitely coach you through it, right?
Yeah.
Help you place things, get good wording,
Yeah.
good structure. No one ever wants to see more than like a 2-page unless you've got a cover letter.
Yeah,
So we'll dial that,
exactly.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have multiple jobs you've worked for up to this point?
Yeah, I've worked a couple fast food places. So.
Okay, kind of general how everybody,
Yeah.
a lot of people, not everybody, but a lot of people get
Yeah.
started in a service industry,
Yeah.
which that could be great, right? Because you've got customer service experience, and that's back to that communication. The customer service is how we address people as we're walking in our house with dirty shoes.
Yeah.
Did you put your booties on, or are they going to be mad because you left a mess?
Yeah.
Right? So that's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Is there any final expectations you're hoping to accomplish before you graduate?
Maybe just know how to use the book fully.
Oh, the NEC?
Yeah.
Dive into
And just-
that wild encyclopedia.
Just keep learning, you know?
Yeah?
Just keep grasping all the information and putting it on hands-on. That's pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just keep getting as much as you can
Yeah.
out of it, right? Oh, that's fantastic. Cool. So, about 7 weeks left for you. Lots of exciting labs for
yeah.
you to get into and go hands-on, make all the shiny bits touch, and working and on aren't always the same thing.
Yeah.
So we got to get it on and then make sure it's going to work as well. Did you look into the motor control lab at all?
The motor control, no.
No? You haven't really chunked into that piece yet,
Yeah.
huh? Are you excited for it?
Yeah.
Industrial application. I mean, if you're going to go Amazon warehouses or anything like that, someone's got to keep these conveyors
Yeah,
running, right?
exactly.
Escalators, elevators, sometimes garage doors with these massive motors.
Yeah.
Is that something exciting?
Oh, yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, yeah, yeah. It seems like this is just such a good fit for you.
Oh, yeah.
Not afraid to take new chances. You're already blue-collar oriented. You already like to work with your hands. You're catering to your learning style by going to a hands-on training. That is just, I'm so excited for you.
Yeah.
I'm excited
I'm
to see
excited.
where you end up going and how much we can help you. You know, once a student, always a student, right?
Yeah.
Quality's got that. So finish paying for what you get, graduate, get that diploma, and then always come back for additional training, no extra cost. So do you need more residential? Do you need troubleshooting? How far did you get on the critical thinking exercises of motor controls? All kinds of things, right? Keep us in your resources and network as you're growing, right? Cool. Is there any last things that you think you'd want to add on the pile or say something to our listeners? Motivate them or give them encouragement or...
I don't know. Just go for it.
Just
That's
go
all
for
I
it.
have.
Yeah, full send or no send,
Yes.
right? Cool. That is awesome.
Oh, and to keep your options open. You know, like check all the schools around the area that they have. So
Yeah, definitely do your research.
Do your research.
Yeah, always do research. Check your sources, compare, make a good educated decision, right?
Yeah.
Don't necessarily jump in blindly. I mean, you definitely can if you're the risk taker and you want to say, let's just go find out. That's totally cool. But a little bit of research helps everybody get an educated guess at least, right? So the last question I'd like to wrap to is, is there something you would say to someone that's trying to decide if electrical is right for them?
okay.
If you need a minute, take your time. Absolutely no rush. I know this is kind of like that's a
really good question.
curveball, right?
Yeah, it's a curveball.
If someone was wondering, like maybe they're on the fence about HVAC and electrical, or maybe they're also considering other trades like plumbing that we'll offer in the future, or even welding in the future, stuff like that. If you're on the fence, is there something that's just like, if this is for you, this is why you should do electrical?
Well, first they have to, obviously see in person whether they want to do it or not, but also do they see themselves doing it long term?
Okay.
Like, I guess, think ahead. Do you see yourself doing electrical forever or doing HVAC? if they still don't know, then I guess pick one, try it out. If you don't like it, then do the other one. There's a lot of time.
Well-rounded, right?
Yeah, there's a lot of time in this world. So.
Oh, for sure.
I'd say maybe go the electrical route first, because HVAC has to do with electrical as well.
Yeah,
in a way.
80% of electrical, or 80% of HVAC is electrical failures. So you're not a full electrician, but you still have a firm understanding of electricity, voltage, amperage, resistance, stuff like that.
So, yeah, I feel like with electrical, there's more opportunities. HVAC, you just stick with HVAC, you know.
Okay.
Air conditioning. But there's also great opportunities, especially here in Vegas, you know, because it's hot.
Yeah.
I'd say try one. If they're still not, you know, they still don't know, try one. And if not, there's always time, you know, try the other one.
Yeah,
so.
Absolutely. So kind of a recap, you're telling them, come in, do a tour.
Yeah.
Actually see this stuff. Get an idea, ask those questions while you're in, talk to the staff and say, this is my hesitation, or this is what I think about each one. And then maybe as you come in and we do a career planning session, we might be able to ask more questions, jog that memory, or get the creative juices flowing, and then maybe we can help guide you there. So come in and see it.
Yeah.
And then if you're hesitant, you're suggesting that electrical, you think there's more opportunity over there, so why not take the bigger piece of the pie and then go be specialty on specific equipment later, maybe?
Yeah.
So do you think you're going to come back and take the HVAC program?
I don't think so. I love electrical.
Okay.
So I'm going to stick with that.
Oh, you're just married to it already. Nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good launch for a career so far then, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. That's awesome. Well, I definitely want to say thank you for spending your own time to come in and let me kind of grill you a little bit about who you are and what you're doing. I'm excited to see your path. You and the other students in your class, you've been great. Every time I come in and talk to you guys, it's just like so much energy, so much feedback. And then I came in and talked about the podcast, and I was like, she's making eye contact. I think she's ready for this. But you being a risk taker, it makes so much sense why you were just jumping on it. Yeah, sign me up. Let's do this. Cool. So thank you again, Noelia. Been such a pleasure. Hopefully I can get you back in here another time later down the road, either graduation or after you've taken that first step into your job, and then maybe we can do a recap and say, from where you were before, how do you feel now? And then we'll have a whole new conversation to have at that point. So,
of course. Awesome.
So definitely thank everybody out there that's listening and watching. If you've got any idea into the trades, if you've got any thoughts or hesitation or just curiosities, reach out to Quality Training Center. Again, my name is Aaron Clark. I'm the academic director, so I'm in full support of the instructors and then the students as well. Use me as a resource. I do the trades myself. Everything we offer right now, I do. So top to bottom, tradesmen run. The owners are tradesmen. The instructors are tradesmen. So there's not like a businessman in the middle like a lot of schools have. So if anybody out there is just not sure what you're wanting to do, I strongly encourage you, give us a call. Come in and see us. Just like she said, see it for yourself. And maybe that's going to give you the push. Maybe that's going to give you the motivation. Or maybe they'll see the same support group you saw as you came in and started talking to the staff and realize you're not going to be doing this alone. You've got people, and that once a student, always a student, that resource and network that can run with you for your whole career. We've had guys graduated 10 years ago, and they're like, hey, can I come back and do this? And it's like, absolutely. Let's get a schedule. Let's see if we can get you in here and put you in a class and let you rerun that again. So thank you guys again. Really appreciate your time. We look forward to seeing where your career is going to go in the future, and especially that kind of double back. Hopefully we get to do, if you're not too busy once your career starts, come back and see me. We'll make it work. For everybody else out there, don't hesitate. Like she said, let's full send it. Let's get you guys out here into a new career. Excited to see all these new faces coming in and to meet every one of you, get that family environment, come to a school that's really going to do more than your average school, right? And that's one of the reasons I've stayed at this school so long, is it's just such a unique environment. So if you're out there listening, click the button, schedule a tour, give us a call, whatever you need to do. We're excited to meet you, and we will see you in the lab.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Trades Ready with Quality Training Center. If you are interested in getting ready for the trades and looking for the right school for you, go to www.qualitytradecenter.com and schedule a tour. Don't forget to share this episode with a friend interested in the trades and subscribe.